Shalom Israel, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Yahweh Shamar Allah Hashem, Yahweh Shai. This is the ISUBK brotherhood class. You know what I'm saying? I'm Precinct Officer 500, Nahar Ya'ala. I'm saying out of ISUBK Syracuse. And we just came back from it was a peace walk. We didn't participate in the walk, but it was a peace walk throughout our city, throughout some of the worst parts of the city. It started on Fayette and Crowley uptown, and then made its way through downtown, through the bricks, and it ended in the Southwest Community Center. You know what I'm saying? The intentions behind the walk were, you know what I'm saying, were good because we do need peace. But it was a lot of lack of addressing the real issues in the Black community. You know what I'm saying? The reason why there is no peace in the Black community has nothing to do with us walking or marching or protesting. The reason why there's no peace in the Black community is very simple. It's because we are at war with the people that are at war with us. You know what I'm saying? So what we do is we try to hide the fact that the so-called white man has set up oppressive systems to keep us poor, set up laws and corrupt politicians and police departments that trap us and put us in situations that make us either one, want to commit crime, or two, catch us when we do it. Now, we are against being criminals in the ISUBK. We teach do not break the law. You know what I'm saying? We actually teach not only keep America's laws, keep God's laws. You know what I'm saying? So we did actually show up to the event. You know what I'm saying? Politic with a few of the brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? I'll put up some of the footage on social media later. But the solution never was even entertained. You know what I'm saying? Now, when the ISUBK show up, we are the solution. You know what I'm saying? We showing up as the solution. And that solution is this. How about we turn back to the Most High God? You know what I'm saying? How about we put down cigarettes? How about we put down weed? How about we put down being hoes and whores? How about we put down the independent Black woman? How about we put down all these philosophies that was fed to us by the so-called white man and pick up the Bible and walk in it? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to start off with a scripture. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. The first thing we have to do as Black people, we have to unite. You know what I'm saying? We have to unite. Now, our youth understand that concept minimally. So what they'll do is they'll unite with their neighborhood, with their block, with their gang. No, we have to unite as a nation. Now, the so-called white man, and I'm gonna play it for you so you won't believe that I'm lying. His number one fear is that you're going to think about uniting. Because guess what happens when you think about uniting? You think about uniting, then that must mean you want to come up against them. That is a threat. That is a national threat. So what we're going to do is prove it like we do all things. In the ISUBK, we gather together unified, not just in body, but in spirit, meaning we believe the same thing. Like all Black people should believe the same thing. The only reason why all Black people don't believe the same thing is because of slavery. You know what I'm saying? Slavery that goes on to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't understand warfare, so we don't understand when we're being played upon. When people are putting drugs in our community, people putting guns in our community, people are putting setting up hierarchies within our community. You know what I'm saying? To make us go at each other. The rich versus the poor. The light skin versus the dark skinned. The old versus the young. These things have been put in our place to make us self-destruct. Now the so-called white man, and don't get me wrong, he will kill you every now and then. He will kill a brother and let it be known that he is still the white man that is in charge. So with us unifying in what we believe, now we can actually look at him as the man he is. And the only reason why we don't see the white man for who he is, and I'm going to just be real with you, And nobody knows this. This is the reason why we can't see the white man for who he truly is. It's because we think he's Jesus. We think he's God. We think they're God's chosen people. So we can't see any wrong that they do. But we're going to go into COINTELPRO, because COINTELPRO is like the foundation of gang activity. Because what happened was, when you do the history on gangs wasn't created so we can fight each other. Let me repeat this. Gangs were not created so we can fight each other. Gangs was created so we can fight the other races of people that were oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? So we were getting starved out. We was getting pushed further into poverty. So we decided to come and stand for each other. One of the first so-called gangs would be the Black Panther movement. You know what I'm saying? Which was infiltrated by an FBI program called COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO is counterintelligence. It's a counterintelligence program, meaning you using information to go against another group of people. You know what I'm saying? And if you think that spirit of the white man is dead, you better think again. He is definitely trying to figure out ways to go against you, because he can't have you in the age of information, in the age of all this internet. The scripture says wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of your time. This is the age where you can just pick up your phone and find out anything. Oh, he can't have you just believe in it. And he wants you to believe everything. But one thing you cannot believe is that you are the children of Israel. And the God of Israel is your God. And you need to obey him. And he'll fight for you. See, one thing the white man knows is that if we obey the Most High God, he will fight for us. Meaning, things will be in our favor. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, when we try to gather ourselves together, things would actually can be accomplished. Now, the problem with us is we always trying to gather ourselves on a philosophy that everybody don't even believe in. Black Panther, they was accepting white people. They was accepting anybody that was for the cause. You could come in. You know what I'm saying? And here, white people can't come in here. Want to know why? Because of our history with the white man. The white man is the snake in the Bible. He know how to infiltrate. You know what I'm saying? He this clip from Malcolm X keeps going around. He was saying that the FBI infiltrated the Nation of Islam and turned it into a criminal organization. Now, what the white man wants you to be is a criminal. How easy it is to make somebody a poor criminal? Do your history. A poor person will commit crime 90% more likely than any person with a wealth, because of the conditions that they live in. And they know these statistics. Turn you into a criminal so they can destroy you. So they can destroy you. That's their goal. Now, we aren't criminals in the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? And none of these organizations started off with criminal activity. They were all infiltrated. Trained people came in to infiltrate them and change them into criminals so they can have an excuse to kill us, an excuse to dead the movement. Like, their worst fear, all you got to do is watch the movie Judas and the Black Messiah. The worst fear of the white man is that a so-called black man is going to unify black people together. Now, it isn't even that, because they're not as dumb as we think. They know once we unify together, then the only other outlook is that this man is our enemy. That's the only way it can be. Because why would a friend have us in the ghettos, but let the Arabs come over here and own all the stores? Let the East Indians come over here and own all the hotels. Let all these foreigners come in and get call center jobs where they're sitting in the AC all day and they're making millions and millions and millions of dollars throughout their family, while we're sitting there working for the city. You know what I'm saying? While we're sitting in factories, while we're sitting as delivery drivers. You know what I'm saying? While we're doing all the hard work and still not able to acquire much, just enough to shut up. Most black people get just enough to shut up. And everybody else don't even get that. So we're gonna go into the history of COINTELPRO. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna not be from my words, of course. It's gonna be the words from somebody else. Because if I say it, you don't believe me. If I tell you the white man is the devil, you don't believe me. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta look at somebody for who they are. Look at their actions. You know what I'm saying? And this is what the brothers and sisters in our city need to understand. They need to understand is that we are at war with the white man. The white man is at war with us. Now, it's not a physical war, meaning where they invade us and shoot us, even though they will. The war is so spiritual because the war is economical. You know what I'm saying? The war is agricultural. The war is religious. Christianity has been a tool for the so-called white man since the moment he created it. I know they like to say Christianity was in Africa. Why do you think Christianity was in Africa? To use it to control all the people. You know what I'm saying? Christianity was forced on us when we got to this place called America. So we will work harder. The priest brought it out last class, Wednesday's class. He brought it out so we can work harder and shut up and not rebel and wait for our heaven when we die. And we such good slaves, we will die just to wait to get to heaven. When the Most High said, on earth as it is in heaven, the kingdom is coming to earth. So I'm gonna play this for y'all to see real quick. It's about COINTELPRO, the history of gang violence. You know what I'm saying? Because in order to understand what's the solution, we have to know when did the problem start and how. How did this problem start?
The report identified Black identity extremists as a threat to law enforcement. Critics say the report is eerily similar to the FBI's 20th century.
So they're saying that a black identity extremist. I'm gonna explain that to you. Meaning, black was given to us as an identity, but black is not an identity. So anytime a group of people goes out to establish an identity for themselves, it is a threat. It is a direct threat to the people running this government because what do they believe in? They believe we're all one people. We're one nation under God. Why would you need to be separate? But we are the only people that's fed that. Everybody else can come to America and still keep their nationality. But we have to be one nation under that. And you see it say black extremist groups. It ain't just say extremist groups because you got Arabs that got groups here and they selling weed and crack and spike and all type of stuff out of a legal store. But they're not being attacked like we are. They're not being told that they can't be Arabs. They're not being told that they can't have an identity. It's only one group of people being told that they cannot have an identity, and that's us. And when you do decide to go look for your identity, it's called you being extreme, an extremist. And the ISUPK, we are extreme because we have to be. Our people don't know. Our people, black, brown, blue, African American, African, Pan-African. We Christian, we Muslim, we Moors. You know what I'm saying? A lot of brothers. One sister at a Malcolm X event, she said, "Yo, I don't even know if I'm real." She said, "How do I even know if this is real? This could all just be a dream." She said, "I don't identify as race. I just know I'm human." Good night. Good night. That is the result of COINTELPRO. To make us so destroyed that we don't even care about our identity or who we are. When identity is everything. So,
Counterintelligence program.
COINTELPRO was an FBI operation established in the 50s by J. Edgar Hoover to target African Americans who were fighting for justice and equality.
So listen how evil this is, right? COINTELPRO was established in the 50s for African Americans. You want to know how you know she's lying? You want to know how you know she's lying? Because black people weren't even called African Americans in the 50s. I'm going to prove it to you. But
While you're doing that, if I may add, what you're saying about they don't really like when you brought up about they saying black extremist groups, because just yesterday I read an article about the Nazi groups. You know, they're getting together everywhere too, and they about to actually I think they're trying to copy us. They want to do a training. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And they invite people. But let me tell you, I just want to read real quick what the FBI said about them. It said under FBI Director Kash Patel, the Bureau has deprioritized far-right domestic extremists, formally limited use of term racially and ethnic motivated violence extremists, despite the 2024 National Intelligence Threat Assessment citing it among key global terrorism threats. Our focus is not on membership in particular groups, but a criminal activity.
Right.
An FBI spokesperson said, when questioned about the base, which is the Nazi people, membership in groups is not illegal in and of itself, and is protected by the First Amendment.
Right.
But when it comes to us,
Yeah.
we a hate group.
Yeah, we a hate group. And see how they said, see how everything with them would seem like so political. They were never called white extremists.
Yep.
They were never called racist. They were never called radical. You know what I'm saying? They actually made it seem like they have a right to do that.
Yep.
And you have a right to be who you are. Don't let them trick you. So this is right here. This is Google. This is how you know she's lying. She just don't know. A lot of our people don't know that we are fresh African Americans. You know what I'm saying? I put up a video on my page not too long ago where the lady said, I remember when we became African Americans. And they came to her job and they told her, like, yep, y'all, we're going by African Americans now. And she said, everybody said, yep, African Americans. And the white woman was laughing at her and whispered to another white woman and said, they don't know who they are. And she was upset because it was true. We just went from Negro around. Before that, we were like Afro Americans. I'm going to show you what we were. The term, and it's not me. I didn't make this up. I don't own no internet site. I don't own not one internet site. Look it. The term African American has crept steadily into the nation's vocabulary since 1988. Since 1988. That ain't even 40 years. That's about 35 years. When the Reverend Jesse Jackson held a news conference to urge Americans to use it to refer to blacks. So while we're fighting an identity crisis, guess who else fighting a crisis of identity? They are. They have to come up with something to call us. Who do you think told Reverend Jesse Jackson to tell the people, to urge the people to call us that instead of black? Now they call us both. They call us black and African American. This is a lie. Because she said they created it in 1950 to target African Americans. No, they created it to target black people. Us. So we will never come to the conclusion that we are the children of Israel, because many people knew that we are the children of Israel. You just can't legally say it. Same thing that happened back in the time of the Maccabees. You're not illegally allowed to confess yourself to be a Jew. You can't say you're keeping the law. Good night. Rewind it just a little bit.
Oh,
So what the priest is bringing out is that the Nazi groups are justified under the First Amendment to practice what they practice. But black people are not justified. You know what I'm saying? And with the church, they saying the church at this time said that the FBI it was unconstitutional. In other terms, this is what they try to say when they don't want to say that that's illegal. They're criminals. The people who's supposed to be locking up criminals for breaking the law are breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? And he's in the church. A white Christian is saying, why don't you Christians ever speak on this? Why y'all don't ever speak on COINTELPRO? Why don't y'all ever speak on the wrongful actions of the FBI? Why only the ISUPK have to do it? Because you're hypocrites. You don't want to speak against them because now you're gonna have to admit up to some of the things that was going on in there. Child molestation, homosexuality. You know what I'm saying? Like we against it all. One of the similarities that she see, I'm gonna just pause it for 2 seconds, because we're told all day long we're racist, we're a hate group. One of the similarities that she see is it's all based on race. Martin Luther King, Christian. Malcolm X, Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Fred Hampton, Black Panther Party. Like, this is the beginning. Like, gangs was not created so we can kill each other. White people want us to kill each other, so they infiltrate the gangs and make it so. They drop the guns off in the neighborhood, in the hood. I'm gonna find that too. I'm gonna find that next. They drop the guns off in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And then know for in certain sides of the hood, so they know for a fact. When it first was revealed in the 90s and the early 2000s, everybody just said like it was a myth. Nah, they ain't doing that. Now, how violence has spread, like the older men before me, they remember fist fights. I remember fist fights. I remember family fights where our family fight against their family. No one got shot. No one got stabbed. Nothing. No one died. You know what I'm saying? It was just somebody came out the winner, somebody came out the loser, and after the family fight, we became closer. You know what I'm saying? Now we are like family. I remember that. You know what I'm saying? I was young, but I remember now. When have you ever seen a family fight? Everybody got that one cousin in their family. He coming to shoot everything up. You know what I'm saying? Like the violence spread so much that when the brother said something about them dropping crates of guns in Chicago, now we believe it. Now, if you ever seen a gun on the streets, you know for a fact that this comes from the military, or this comes from the police department. This comes from a gun store. This ain't no gun that a poor black man should be having. This man don't got $20 in his pocket, but he got a $500 gun with $300 in attachments to it. Good night. We got to start thinking. And these are all plots for us to be divided. Because now if they got guns and we got guns, guess what? Why would we look at the white man? We just attack them. We just get it on with them. You know what I'm saying? We just keep getting it on with each other. And while the white man comes after the crime, you know he ain't there. You notice he ain't there while crime is going on. He comes after to put you in jail, so he can get filled up. I know I don't got to do a class on the school to prison pipeline. How they automatically know that we're gonna come from going to school to going to jail. So what does that mean? They have to make sure we go to jail. How can that work? Somebody has to die. Somebody has to go to jail for it. You know what I'm saying? I know we've seen Life. They killed the brother and pinned it on 2 other brothers and gave them both life. First and foremost, like, you gave 2 life sentences. Only one person could have pulled the trigger. Come on now. Like, these people are our enemy, as the scripture said. She said, I noticed one thing. And she's acting so dumb. I just noticed one thing, and it's all based on race. I'm gonna tell you who's a black identity extremist. The ISUPK. We want to know why? Because we are giving you your identity. We're not giving you religion. We're not giving you philosophy. We're not giving you any of that crap you can get from the church, from the mosque. We're not giving you a feel-good message. No, we're giving you the truth. You are the children of Israel. That is your identity. Judah, Benjamin, Levi. You know what I'm saying? Your language is Hebrew, which was took from you. These scriptures are talking about you. The God of this Bible is the God of the niggas. He's the God of the Hispanics. He's the God of the Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? That is a black. That's how you identify a black extremist group. Because their worst threat is not what's it called? Niggas with what is it? The niggas with guns and shit. It's called literally niggas with something.
I know.
No, it's called the not freaking around crew.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? NFC. They are not no threat. A bunch of ex-military men with guns. They don't not scared. They got bombs. They got nukes. They got drones. They got unmanned drones that look like planes with bombs on it that can blow a city away. You think they scared of a bunch of niggas with guns? No, they're scared of a bunch of niggas with the truth about who they are. The truth about their identity. That fears them. Remember the beginning of the video, it says that it's a terrorist threat for the black man to know his identity. Because they spent billions of dollars to get you to not know who you are. The Hollywood is filled with nothing but propaganda to keep you lost. Not one movie is going to actually tell you who you are. Even the Book of Clarence, they was joking. It was comedy. That wasn't trying to tell you the children of Israel. That was telling you we some Africans. That them over there, we used to be African. It was a joke. It wasn't serious, but we are serious. We're telling you. Somebody said, what you doing? Oh no, this is our attire. This is what we wear. You know what I'm saying? This is my uniform. They said, oh, it's like but it hurts about it. So nah. You know what I'm saying? We already hurt them once we tell them that. You are the devil that the Bible talks about.
Right.
And we are the children of God. We are the chosen people of God. You know what I'm saying? And you can never find that out. Ever. Or they're coming to infiltrate. I can believe, this is me speaking as a man, 99% of all these Israelite groups are infiltrated. 99% of all these Israelite groups are infiltrated by the FBI to turn us against each other. Because when they can do that, then they can get us to commit crime.
Right.
And once they can get us to do our group versus their group and commit a crime, an act of crime, now they can come pick everybody up. It's called a RICO. But see, in the UPK, we don't commit crime here. You know what I'm saying? Most Israelites don't. So it's kind of hard, but they're starting it. Because a lot of these fake Israelites, they hate us. We're the number one hated Israelite group on earth. Why? If we all know the truth and we all the Israelites, why? If we all know our identity, why is the people that have been saying our identity for the longest the most hated group? Because they've been infiltrated. And what the FBI want to do is he want conflict. He don't want peace. He wants conflict. Because as long as we're conflicted and fighting each other, we can never see him for who he is or what he does. We'll just throw it under the rug, and then we can say, no, we're Israel. No, you're Israel. Well, I don't believe the Hispanics are Israelites. No, well, I'm Old Testament only. That them all groups infiltrated. Yeah, we Israelites, but I don't believe in that New Testament. They're all infiltrated. You know what I'm saying? To keep the confusion and division alive, because the white man makes money off the slave. Now, when you come to the truth, you become free. And I mean mentally, as in to think like a free man. Okay, he oppressed us. We play with our food. We play with our money. We play with our land. You know what I'm saying? He is our enemy. So this man over here, how about I stop shooting him? And how about I start defending myself against this man? That's the logical conclusion. They can't have that. They can't have a nation of people just come to this conclusion. Hell no. How you think Tyler Perry a billionaire? Because his movies don't make you come to the truth. His movies keep you asleep. Thinking, yeah, it was a part of the movie. She said, yeah, every black female has to go through something. Good night. So, she's infiltrated because she keep using that term, the African American community. We are not no Africans. We are not no Africans. We never were. If she was a part of the Black Panther Party and the breakfast program, she know they never identified as African. Never. They said Black Power. How the hell is you an African now? 40 years later. Good night. What?
It's like, if I may add, like you said, when you go look into these people, like even for instance, like Larry Hoover,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? I know, like you said, before whatever crime they have accusing, whatever they said they did, whatever the case may be, but it started off with trying to enlighten our community, teach your son, or whatever it is, come together. Like she said, or once they came together because of protesting against what's going on with the police, or because what's going on lynching, a lot of stuff was going on.
Right.
They like, yo, we got to come together and protect our people.
Right.
And then they created and say, yo, these people is the game.
Yes.
We got to get them out of here.
Right. Right. And the white man, he had a lot of help already because they had us enslaved for 300 years.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, all right. The same rules that applied to us during slavery apply to us now. No gatherings. On the plantation, 5 or more slaves couldn't be gathered together at once politicking. You know what I'm saying? We weren't allowed to do that. The only way we could be bunched together is if we were working. You know what I'm saying? Or if it was the weekend and if we got time. You know what I'm saying? You weren't just allowed to just be hanging around. What you think Jim Crow laws were? 5 or more people is a criminal act. 5 or more people on the corner is a criminal act. Lock them up. Why? Because if 5 people get together and say, hold on, maybe let's just call us, and we always got this tendency too, especially, you know what I'm saying? You know how we is. Let's say we're this. We always do it. Let's say we're this. Let's say we're Egyptian. Yeah, because we know, the Egyptians are black. Yeah, we're Egyptians. Now everybody pushing Egypt. Now everybody got the Black Panther statue in their house. Everybody got the Ankh. Everybody wearing the Ankh. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of people we are. Now imagine if this truth was that way. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of one day. Well, you say you can't hear the audio.
The video clip.
Oh, Salaki. You go on your phone and see. I'll play it again without interruption. Okay. Damn. Whole time I thought you heard that. Hold on. I'll play it again. I'll run it back.
The report identified Black identity extremists as a threat to law enforcement. Critics say the report is eerily similar to the FBI's 20th century counterintelligence program.
COINTELPRO was an FBI operation established in the 50s by J. Edgar Hoover to target African Americans who were fighting for justice and equality. He targeted Dr. King, he targeted Malcolm X, and over 80% of the targets of COINTELPRO were members of the Black Panther Party.
At the height of COINTELPRO, activists and community organizers were targeted. These include current Congressional Black Caucus members like John Lewis, Bobby Rush, Emmanuel Cleaver, and Barbara Lee.
The church committee in the mid-70s held hearings and determined that many of the actions and activities of COINTELPRO were really unconstitutional.
What you've described is a series of illegal actions intended squarely to deny First Amendment rights to some Americans. How shall we ensure that it never happen again?
One of the similarities that I see are that it's based on race. COINTELPRO definitely targeted African Americans. Black identity extremists, which Attorney General Jeff Sessions has put out, targets African.
Now I'm gonna prove that she's lying. One, I'm gonna prove that we weren't identified as African Americans until this year. We were not calling ourselves African Americans until 1988. Literally, our mothers and our fathers never went. When they filled out job applications, it never said African American. They never identified themselves as such. And this nigga, Reverend Jesse Jackson, is the reason why we do. Because we just can't be the children of Israel. We can't be Judites and Manassites. We can't be. We have to be African. It's 300 countries in Africa. Which country we come from then? Which language in Africa do we speak then? They lying.
African Americans. When it was brought to our attention, we immediately contacted the FBI director and had a very forthright meeting. I specifically asked him, how do they identify Black identity extremists? Who are they? And there was no answer to that. We still don't know who's a Black identity extremist.
A lot of activists around the country are very concerned that we're getting ready to repeat a very sad chapter of our history, where people who are rightfully protesting what they consider to be an injustice in their community, which is their relationship with police officers, are now being targeted and labeled as extremists and are going through periods of surveillance and harassment.
As a community worker, I attended many Black Panther Party functions. I was part of the breakfast program. We registered many people, the African American community and others, to vote. Well, the FBI during COINTELPRO would try to turn members of the Black Panther Party against each other.
She said FBI agents would try to fight against the Black Panther Party. No, they would try to turn the members of the Black Panther Party against each other. That's the history of gang violence. These gangs weren't created to kill each other. These gangs would create a lot of gangs like shout out to Round Table of Truth, but they did an interview with one of Larry Hoover's best friends. You know what I'm saying? I think he did like 20 years in jail for it. Came home and changed his life around. He said, they had to start the gang because the white boys had a gang and the white boys were killing them. A black brother would go missing. They'll find them hung. They'll find them dead, floating in the river. So they're like, nah, man, we ain't having that. We're going to create a gang and we're going to stand up against them. And they was whooping their ass. They couldn't do nothing when we stand together. So what they had to do was infiltrate. This is better. It's better to let them fight each other than to fight them and lose. But
now, Salaki, if I just ask what you're saying is, that's how we got the Bloods and Crips.
Right.
That stems from, like you said, you talk about them, like Larry Hoover and them, even before Larry Hoover, like I was telling you before, these men, like you said, they was like, we got to protect our own.
Right.
And like you said, it infiltrated and became Bloods and Crips.
Yep. It became GDs, BDs, Vice Lords. You know what I'm saying? All that was infiltrated because, not for nothing, we are a gullible people. I'm going to just be real. We are gullible people. You can tell us anything. You know what I'm saying? You can tell us anything. Like the scriptures say, in order to take a blind man's goods, you got to first go into his house and tie up the strong man. So what the strong man in this instance is the black man. In order to get the black man goods, which is the black woman and the black child, you have to bind up the black man first. How did they bind us up? Religion. Get the black man involved in religion. Get him in Christianity. Get him in Islam. Get him in the 5%. Once you get him in there, guess what? Oh, his woman is gone. His woman is gone. Because once he get in that Christianity, boy, he going to become a criminal. And guess what he going to do? He's going to prison. And once he go to prison, guess what's going to happen? His woman's going to be independent. And guess what? He going to come through and he going to welfare. Now, she don't need a man. Now, they paying for her daycare. Now, she getting food stamps. Ain't no wrong with food stamps. I ain't speak. I would dare not speak against food stamps. The food stamp god. The so-called white man. But it's a tool used to turn us against each other. Because they'll say this, if the man is in the house, we're gonna cut that. You ain't gonna get nothing. It's gonna be like $80 there. $1 million. Get him out the house and we'll give you $1,000. We'll give you $400 each kid. How many kids you got? 6? You know what I'm saying? We get $2,000 on the car. Then they do something to give us a PEBT. You know what I'm saying? So like all of that is to just give it to them so we can stay divided. Because as long as the strong man is binded up, now they can feed our women baddies. My daughter said her teacher banned them from saying baddies because all they do all day long is say baddies. So I'm like, I said, so you be saying it too? She said, like, yeah. She said, do this and everything. Baddie, they want to be like them. I said, ain't no baddies over here. We ain't doing no baddies. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as the man is out the house, ooh, feed it to him. Baddies, loving hip hop, bomb. Feed him social media. You know what I'm saying? Feed him Tyler Perry. Feed him all of that. Feed it to him. Because the man gonna say, what? Hell no, that's gay. Nah, don't listen to that. Nah. Feed them the LGBTQ community. This is what they do. She said, yo, they're the FBI, one of the top law enforcement departments in the country, said they're gonna not fight the Black Panther Party, but turn them against each other, which shows you something. Your lack of brotherhood is a weapon for the enemy. Brothers say, yo, man, yeah, man, man, I don't agree with everything y'all say. Your lack of brotherhood is a weapon for the enemy. Now he never has to come out of the country in the hills to attack black people. He got Tyrone to do it. Tyrone gonna get mad and he gonna feel like we the enemy. You know what I'm saying? Marcus gonna get mad. You know what I'm saying? He gonna feel like we the enemy. Then next thing you know, a shooting. Then next thing you know, somebody trying to avenge who was shot. Then next thing you know, it never ends. Because it's their job to turn us against each other. It's our job to say, you know what, I love you, bro. Despite everything that happened, we're going to forget that. We're going to team up, and we're going to go against these Edomites. Man. They want to feed us Christianity, we're going to stop being Christians. They want us to shoot each other, we're going to stop shooting each other. We're going to stop accepting their guns. They want us in these prisons, we're going to stop committing crime. You know what I'm saying? They want us to hate our Hispanic brothers. You know what? We're going to bring them in. We're going to marry their women. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give our daughters to their men. You know what I'm saying? We're going to bridge that gap because they don't want us together. They want us to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's just so heavy what she was saying. Bring it back.
FBI during COINTELPRO would try to turn members of the Black Panther Party against each other. Agent provocateurs were placed within the party to try to sow dissent.
She said, Salakia for me just interrupting. She said, yeah, the KKK was heavy Christians. You know what I'm saying? She said that FBI members were placed in these groups to purposely sow dissent, sow discord, to purposely say, yo, yeah, why we all listen to him? You know what I'm saying? Shalom, yo, why we listening to him? Why is he commanding General Yohana? Why we gotta call him captain? When they step in the room, why we gotta say Alawat Payan? Why we gotta salute them generals? Why we gotta pray for the school? These brothers work for the FBI. They are sent by the FBI to come in here, pretend to be one of us, and then whisper to your ear. They told Chief Priest Marshall, they said, why you with them? He said, yo, I had a dream you King David. You the chosen one. Why don't you start your own group? We'll all follow you. They don't know what they're talking about. That is the FBI. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? It's a show called The Blacklist. The dude, the white man, the Edomite, he believed that intelligence is a weapon. Meaning having the knowledge of something is a weapon. You don't have to shoot nobody. You just have to have the knowledge of something, which makes it a weapon you can use against another person. Dirt on a person. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge of his evil gives you leverage. You know what I'm saying? Against that other man. So what we do in the ISUPK, we use the knowledge of the truth as a weapon. Stop getting high. Stop smoking cigarettes. Stop sleeping with white women. That knowledge alone is going to destroy this kingdom. I was just coming to class. I'm at a light. A nigga looking at me. I'm looking at him. He looking at me. His red like, yo, he an Israelite. Because I got all this on too. He like, you an Israelite? I'm like, yeah. He like, yeah. That's what they don't want. That's what the white man don't want. He don't want everybody to know what an Israelite is and who an Israelite is. So he's going to attack that. He's going to attack that as hard as he can. Because if enough of these Negroes know it, who gonna buy cigarettes? Who gonna buy weed? Ain't nobody more stressed out than the black man. We getting high. We getting high to try to cover up the pain. Who gonna buy these perks? Who gonna buy these fake perks if they all know they Israel and God don't want them getting high? Who gonna come to church? Who is going to come to these churches once everybody find out that they are the children of Israel and the pastor lied to us? That's the threat. So what? Let's infiltrate. Let's infiltrate. And we gotta be past that. Like the scriptures say this. Don't be ignorant of the wares of the devil and his devices. Meaning, so I can paraphrase it. Meaning, don't be ignorant of the fact that he gonna try to use your brother against you. You think he your brother, he sat behind you. Well, listen, everybody has to watch Judas and the Black Messiah. This man, then he took a bullet for Fred. I think he took a bullet for Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton made him what? Second in command?
He was ahead of all security.
The head of Shamar.
Yeah.
Good night.
Head of Shamar.
And he bringing it to Fred like, yo, got some bombs. Yo, let's blow up the police station. Fred like, hell nah, we ain't here for that. We ain't here for that. Come, out here, blackmail. Intelligence is a weapon. The program is called COINTELPRO, Counterintelligence Program. Meaning, we have this information, we have to counter it with a program that's going to be effective. Now, the white man is the snake, so he don't want to look like he's guilty. He's going to always have a reason, a justification why he did this. Oh, well, we shot him because they were plotting on bombing or marching and storming the Capitol. And this is how you know it's all about race. The sister said it. It was one similarity that always had something to do with race. This is how you know it's about race. Because white men stormed the Capitol in Washington, D.C. and they're free now. Trump said they did enough time. 5 years, 6 years. But
it's like the 2 points. Like you said, the dude, matter of fact, the brother that Benjamin Hunter interviewed, he's suing Trump now.
Mm.
He's suing Trump now.
No, not the Power Boy dude.
Yeah, he's suing him. Yeah, it's like 100 million, something like that. But also, what you bring out is heavy about you know what I'm saying, about us too, and also because like you never hear about the KKK. Nobody, they should have got hit with the RICO law. No. They know who the leader is. They know who founded it.
Bro, they got these niggas on an island molesting children. They have the list. They have camera footage. None of them niggas got picked up for no criminal activity. Not one, except P. Diddy. Not one. They picked Epstein up. He died, and the case died with him. Mm-hmm. It was like 50 people on the list. Yeah. But when it comes to you, though, you're a black extremist. They're just trying to understand who you are. And this is the reason why we don't know who we are. Not because we're so dumb that we couldn't find out. It's because our enemy, the so-called white man, is literally waging war against the knowledge of the truth. He's waging war against these scriptures. Why do you think everything that the scriptures tell us not to do, this man say we can do? And not only do he say we can do it, he says God isn't against it, which is a lie. Listen to this.
Black Panther Party against each other. Agent provocateurs were placed within the party to try to sow dissent.
I was the coordinator of the Illinois chapter of Black Panther Party. And December 4th, 1969, Fred Hampton and Mark Clark, two members of the Black Panther Party, were murdered. And they put an informant, William O'Neill, planted him inside the Panther Party.
We can mourn today, but if we
That was him.
understood, Fred,
Bobby.
we
Yeah.
are dedicated
The older dude, that's someone who's younger.
that his life wasn't given in vain.
The National Director of FBI said that the Black Panther Party was the number one threat to national security of this nation. And that created the condition for law enforcement agents all across this nation to go after Panther. That program that they did, in some sense, we ought to be thankful for.
Right. He said, in some sense, we ought to be thankful for the COINTELPRO. And we should. Want to know why? Because now we can see him for who he truly is. He really hates you. He don't want you to be together. Do you think the white man cares about these nations getting together? Nah, you can get together. Well, Salakia, this is his tool because he's doing it to them too. North Korea and South Korea was just Korea. He divided them first and let them fight against each other. Like, this is his tool. But he didn't have no problem with the South Koreans coming together with the South Koreans. He had no problem with the Taiwanese coming together with the Taiwanese. But when you Negro, you slaves, try to come together, that's the number one national threat. Like, you mean to tell me the threat ain't the Arabs with Islam and Allah who bombing stuff? Nigga, you ain't scared of them. You scared of us. Want to know why? Because they did the most evil to us. And we have the most right to go after them. That's why. They ain't bombed Afghanistan the way they did us 400 years into slavery. Good night. They can't even compare. They're not worried about them. They worry about you. They worry about that spirit that's coming back in you. You might be one of those prophets that was in the Bible. You might come back and try to sow discord, start trouble. They told Elijah, man, ain't you the one stirring up all this trouble? He said, trouble? Y'all the ones who stopped keeping the commandments of God. Y'all the ones who brought in the prophets of Baal. You know what I'm saying? Y'all the ones starting the trouble. I'm trying to keep the peace. But you can only have peace through war. Right now, our warfare is spiritual. We have to fight eating pork. We have to fight eating shrimp, fight eating crab, fight Christmas, fight 4th of July. We have to fight all the things that this devil set up into play to keep us sinning against our God. Let's fight that first. And they know us gathering together is almost as important as that. So once we gather together and then we say, hold on, all right, we won. Now let's keep the commandments. Good night. Slavery over. Slavery over. And he will go into captivity. That's what the scripture said.
That program that they did, in some sense, we ought to be thankful for, because that put in writing for everybody to see we're still.
See what they doing? Smiting their chest.
Yep.
That's biblical. That's biblical. David smote his chest to salute his brother. You know what I'm saying? Greet him with a holy kiss. No, not mouth to mouth. Pound. You know what I'm saying? A hug. It's my brother. You know what I'm saying? These men like this. Ooh, they don't like that. They don't like that. Ooh, you identity extremists. They can't stand that.
in the eyes of so many, nothing but a bunch of. Was I surprised? No. I fully expected it to happen. Now the question is, how do we deal with it?
People need to get to their members of Congress and get them a copy of this report and hold their members of Congress accountable. In this day and time, they could really stop and halt the progressive movements that are taking place in the country. And I think with Black Lives Matter, with the Dreamers, with all of our millennials and what they're doing, they deserve to be out there and to protest and to engage in petitioning their government to.
That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. You was in the Black Panthers Party, and you talking about the answer is signing a petition? The answer is the Bible. The Bible tells you exactly who this man is. This man don't care about no signature. He signed 1,000 treaties with the Native American Indians and broke every last one of them. So what, he gonna sign a deal with us too and say, all right, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. He's going to break it. He's going to break it. That is not the solution. And like I said, I'm led to believe she's buck because she keep calling us African Americans, and she know during the time of the Black Panther Party, we weren't even called that.
Yeah.
We were called Negroes. We were called color. It didn't say African American only waterfowl. No, it didn't say that.
Right the wrongs of the past. Those of us who've been around, who saw COINTELPRO, really know the risks and the dangers. And so I hope that people really believe us that this happened, because this is COINTELPRO 2.0.
So she's saying that it's COINTEL 2.0. No, it's the same COINTEL. It never stopped. It never changed. It just kept running it and kept running it, because that's how they're going to run this country. You ain't going to be a proper slave if you telling people at your job stop sleeping with white women. You telling people at your job, you know what I'm saying, that we the children of Israel. You telling people at your job stop eating pork. They need you in religion. Why do you think it's always a new philosophy? But with that, the solution to gang violence is the truth. Coming to the knowledge of the truth. We are the children of Israel, and we have to unify as one. You know what I'm saying? You can't even take that knowledge and try to do your own thing with it, because that's what the other brothers do. They'll take the knowledge of knowing that we are the children of Israel and then try to do their own thing with it. Nah, it's not about you. You ain't supposed to be doing your own thing with nothing. How about let's come together? Let's set these kids up to actually succeed against the white man, because he's showing his colors. He's showing who he truly is, and he's bleeding red all throughout his face. You know what I'm saying? Angry at the Hispanics for coming over here, working hard, working those jobs that nobody don't want to work. You know what I'm saying? Angry at black people for trying to find out who they were before slavery. Angry at them. Angry that we know the Bible more than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So the solution is the truth. Tune into the classes. You know what I'm saying? ISUPK.com. You know what I'm saying? Just type in ISUPK all through your social medias. You'll find us. You know what I'm saying? With that, I'll pass the class over to Peace and Officer Sabiya.
Right. So the security announcements. You're at ISUPK, start at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under the leadership of Commander General Yohana, root for new brother and sister. When the new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10. It means 10th in the Hebrew, Ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord given. Give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offer for priests not mandatory. Whatsoever money will like. Upcoming holy convocation. Hold on, what's next?
It's the cookouts, and then we got
Blowing the trumpets.
Yeah, the blowing the trumpets.
All right, right now, until September, until September. You know what I'm saying? Our next holy day will be September, but in the meantime, we have annual cookouts. The first one coming up is gonna be in Charlotte. Charlotte's gonna be the first one coming up. I think after that will be the Midwest. And, of course, gonna be one in the Midwest. Gonna be one in, of course, headquarters in Jerusalem. You know what I'm saying? Also, it's gonna be one. I know the West Coast hosts one as well. Am I forgetting one? And I think Houston as well.
Yeah.
So, now I'm saying those are annual cookouts for the summer. You know what I'm saying? Until September come up, so that we can still get together with our people. Also, a holy convocation. You know what I'm saying? The Sabbath service. You want to stand on Saturday. So type in as well, or ISUBK Sabbath. You know what I'm saying? Whatever zone you in will pop up as well. Want to be a trooper, start slacking. Check the back bulletin board for more information. Want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. Boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, we encourage salute to the Akira, which is brothers. And here's my mother. You understand? Mal Shabbat. And mother. Rock. Yahweh Shini Al Shabbat Baton. So I turn to the Akira. And there's my mother. Mal Shabbat. And mother. Rock. Yahweh Shema Al Shini Al Shabbat. Class dismissed.